Hey everybody, Alex Gazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some more Pittsburgh Steelers pick breakdown and analysis with the only selection on day 2 the Pittsburgh Steelers made in the 2025 NFL Draft. The Steelers selected running back Kaleb Johnson out of Iowa. Let's talk about it. Before we start, if you guys could like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site, SteelersDepot.com. Would really appreciate that. Ton of Kaleb Johnson reaction content up on the site, including a complete scouting report we did on him earlier this draft season. No surprise, running back was the pick. I think it was the heavy favorite to be selected in the third round. Never know how board's going to break, obviously, what opportunities may be in front of you, but I think clearly that was the position they were going to target and passed up on quarterbacks that people thought they could have taken in Jalen Milroe and, of course, Shedeur Sanders, who fell out of the second day entirely, which is a crazy whole nother thought there. But Kaleb Johnson is the pick. Pittsburgh wanting to replace Najee Harris, and they scouted running backs so heavily in the pre-draft process, brought in 9 running backs for pre-draft visits. That was the most of any singular position group, and Johnson was among that 9, and he was just frankly the best running back available in that spot when Pittsburgh picked at number 83. Frankly, I'm surprised he was available. Thought he might be a day 2 type of pick. Running backs didn't really go. They didn't go as early as we thought maybe in this draft overall. Couple went on day 2 in the Ohio State kids, Travion Henderson, Quinshaw Judkins, RJ Harvey, but no big run there. And so really the board broke well for Pittsburgh to take really who would have been their guy. And Johnson, to me, to kind of sum up my thoughts on him, is a blend of the new and old. Pittsburgh's still a sucker for running back with some size, kind of that workhorse mentality, which Johnson was in 2024 at Iowa, but getting a bit more burst, getting a guy that's not quite just a Najee Harris bruiser, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Johnson does have more burst and explosiveness than you would expect of a guy that's 6'1", 224, that he tipped the scales at the NFL Combine. So the long speed is not amazing. He ran 4.57, might be a touch faster than that, but it's not going to be those 40-yard runs, but can he give you more 20-yard runs and give this guy a runway to get up to speed? He certainly can be a threat in the open field. So I just like the overall game from Kaleb Johnson as a runner, the vision, the patience, the footwork. He's got light feet. He's a real kind of finesse back for his size. It's kind of a bigger back that plays a little bit smaller, and I generally mean that in a good way. A guy that can, pick his feet up and isn't heavy-footed and pick the lane, find the hole, get skinny through, and then in the open field kind of build up some speed. He's got a really good stiff arm in open grass. Does a great job with the third level to break tackles when DBs try to come down and tackle him. You can't go low on this guy. And even trying to go a little bit higher, he'll throw that mean right hand stiff arm and knock you down. So just a really good 2024 season for him. It was kind of a rotational role for him his first 2 years at Iowa, and then broke out to lead the Big Ten in rushing touchdowns in 2024. Areas of his game to work on: pass protection was not his strongest suit. He's got to get his eyes up as a blocker. Went too low. I think Iowa asked him to cut block quite a bit, and you just don't see cut blocks at the NFL level all that often. It's pretty uncommon. So I think there's going to be some pass protection work. I think Johnson will be ticketed for early downs, but that's okay because Jaylen Warren's been an experienced third down back. That's been his role since almost his entire time in Pittsburgh, and Kenneth Gainwell has gotten third down work as well. Did that in Philadelphia last year. Is a adequate and feisty blocker, but Gainwell's also a good receiver, so you can kind of split him out and get him involved in those passing situations. So I'm less concerned about that on Johnson's pass pro, provided the group stays healthy based on what Pittsburgh already has on the roster. As a receiver, it was just okay. Probably some work to do there, just becoming a little more reliable maybe in a sense, and not going to be a big play guy. But again, you got to get this guy a head of steam and some downhill runway on screens. He certainly can still be effective. So my comp, I don't know if I love the comp. I was trying to find a good one to him because, again, Johnson's game is kind of unique when you look at his frame versus his play style. Maybe a little Joe Mixon-like was kind of my vibe there on him. It's a good back, maybe some more burst and big playability than you would expect. The power's okay, but it's not overwhelming. But yeah, just interesting style. So I think it's that blend of the old school, big, productive, played in the winter, Big Ten running back. He compares this game to Le'Veon Bell. I do see some of those shades, but his vision is just, no one's vision is quite what Bell's was. But I see the parallels with that hopefully more explosive ability for an offense in a run game that frankly needs more explosive runs. One run of 40-plus yards since 2021 that is dead last in the NFL. So Pittsburgh hopes Kaleb Johnson can offer some of that. But I love the value. No surprise by running back, even passing those quarterbacks, because Pittsburgh wanted to get another back for the committee with Jalen Warren, with Kenneth Gainwell, and also Warren and Gainwell are pending free agents after this year. Gainwell signed a cheap one-year deal, and Warren's a free agent after being an RFA in 2024, just signed his tender. So if there's no extension there, both guys will enter the following offseason in about a year from now, 11 months from now, as free agents. So Johnson helps provide some security as well. So overall, like the pick, like the start to Pittsburgh's draft. Obviously, just the one selection on day 2. A little disappointing, a lot of hurry up and wait on the second day of the NFL draft, but a good note to end on. Pittsburgh has a 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round selections on day 3, barring any trades, of course. So we'll have a lot more action, a lot more names to talk about, but I do like the start of the draft. You build your run defense and your defensive line with Harmon. You focus on your run game to get more explosive, just get stronger there. Those are just kind of hitting the right notes for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and no shock at all with the order they went or the players they've taken. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site, SteelersDepot.com. Got a ton of analysis of the pick, and it gets you ready for day 3 with some prospects to look for. The Pittsburgh May draft, and of course, we'll cover every selection they do make on Saturday beginning at noon Eastern time. So thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon.